Hello, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome to my channel. My name is Sophie, and if you didn't know, I am an English teacher, and since the pandemic started I have had to teach most of my classes online. Now I have had people asking me, instead of also doing the teaching videos, if I could help other teachers out there for like ideas, resources, tips and tricks. So I thought I would do just that, and today I am bringing you the best online resources for teaching English. Now these resources have helped me a lot because I have been teaching English online as well as au pairing. I have been doing extra lessons online just to pass the time and get some extra cash, and I think that's what lots of people are doing right now. They're either teaching for academies or personal private teaching online. And obviously when you're online you have access to the internet, which is amazing, and you have so many resources that in a classroom you wouldn't have. So it's the best time to get the most out of these resources and help your students even more, and just give them a little bit more than reading a book and doing their exercises, you know, make it a bit more fun. Now, both for you and your student, I would recommend having an online dictionary open at all times on an extra tab on your internet, just in case you need to translate anything or the student needs to translate something to get something across to you. And for this dictionary, I would 100% recommend Word Reference. I have been using Word Reference since I was in university, as I'm also a translator, and we had to translate certain words. Word Reference is amazing. It also has a forum where loads of people have asked questions if they have any doubts, but also you have, if you type in a word, you get all of the definitions of that word with examples, all of the translations, and apart from that, underneath you can also see the word in idioms, in phrasal verbs. You can find synonyms, definitions, anything. It is amazing. So I would 100% recommend both of you have these open. And then obviously I'm guessing you're not going to be doing an online class from your phone, so 3 places I would recommend for you to do your online class are either Skype, if you know personally this person, you want to have them in your contacts, because for Skype you need to have this person in your contacts to be able to call them. Then I would also recommend either Meet or Zoom, which are amazing for just one-on-one calls, or also more than 2 people in a call. And you can also share your screen with your students on all of these 3 programs so that they can see what you are doing. If you want to do a game with them, or if you want to show them a PowerPoint, you can do it by sharing your screen. Okay, so if you are teaching children, I would 100% recommend the online website called ABCYA. I will put it up on screen, and I'll also link everything that I'm mentioning down below. ABCYA is a great website for all things games and all things for children. So it has from grades 1 to grade 6. It's obviously in American grades, but yeah, just depending on the level of your student, you can go in and choose any one of these grades, and it has loads and loads of games, interactive games, teaching games. Now it has games in English, it has games for learning Spanish, it has games for maths, it has games for days of the week, months of the year. It also has seasonal games, so you can find games for Christmas, for Halloween, for Easter. And then it has more like other fun games, like games similar to Mario Bros or Tetris, all of these things, and it is amazing, and it will keep your kids entertained for hours on end. It is amazing. And if you have more like grown-up students, it can be teenagers or adults, I would recommend Kahoot for playing games. Now you can go into Kahoot, you do not have to have I don't think you have to have an account, and you can create millions of games for yourself. Now these games are mostly quizzes, so you can create a quiz, you can create a question, you can add a picture for this question, and then it gives you options, and the other person basically just has to have Kahoot on their computer or on their phone. They write in a number, which is like a link to your quiz, and then you can do the quiz together. So you can read out the quiz to them, and then it gives them 10 or 20 seconds to answer the question, and then at the end they can see how well they did. This is great for example, if you've done past or present verbs, then loads of questions of like with a sentence and a word missing, and they have to choose which word needs to go in that sentence. It's great for teaching all ages, even adults. It's amazing, it's really fun, and it can also be kind of a competition if there's more than one person in your class. So another more obvious website that you can use is YouTube. Now YouTube, obviously you have all the influencers on YouTube. Now you can use YouTube to basically find anything you want. It's amazing for finding documentaries, TED Talks if your students are a bit older and they're interested in certain topics. You can also find, for example, the Graham Norton Show, which I've also mentioned before, which is an amazing show series to watch. It's a chat show in English, and basically they have like 4 celebrities on every day. The program's about an hour long, and each of these celebrities is probably from a different place. Some are from Scotland, Ireland, England, Wales, America. So you hear a bunch of different accents mixed with like informal conversation, and it's funny and it's fun to watch, so it really helps. And apart from the typical videos, your songs also help a lot. Now I used to do with my students, for example, I would print out a song with some words missing, and then we would listen to that song, obviously without the lyrics on screen, and they would have to listen to it 2 or 3 times and write in the words that are missing. Now there is also an online website called Lyric Gap, and basically this has all types of songs, and it tells you kind of their level, so it could be beginner, intermediate, advanced, and then you can just print out a worksheet which already has the words missing and then listen to that song. Or you could create it yourself. For example, if you are teaching the future tense, then you can find a song which speaks mostly in the future tense and take out all the future tenses, and then your students have to fill in the gaps. But yeah, it's a really different way of teaching, but it's also really fun. And then following on from YouTube, also Netflix is great if you want, obviously not in class, but for your students to kind of do homework, or just tell them to, for extra practice, that they can watch certain series on Netflix and it will help them to understand English. Obviously there's British English series and also American series, so depending on what they're wanting to learn, you can recommend different series for them to watch. And then moving on again to more of the teaching side, Google Classroom is an amazing kind of extension of Google, where you can basically put up any homework that you have for your students, any videos you want them to watch, any links, any worksheets, anything you want them to have. So basically you just put in all of their emails, and then you are all in this one classroom together online. And in that classroom you just upload whatever you want. You can also have conversations with the kids or the adults, and it's a great way for you to keep in touch with the students outside of class. And last but not least, if you are in need of any resources or any extra practice for your students, then there are 2 websites that I would recommend, and those are Read, Write, Think and Scholastic. They have loads of resources for parents and for teachers, and they're all free, so you can just download all the resources on whatever certain topic that you want, and it just gives the students extra practice either before or after the class, or for during the class. It also gives you some worksheets that you can work on, so you do not have to create them yourselves. So I really hope this video helped. I will be planning more of these types of videos for helping to teach as well as to help to learn. So please, if you are not already, subscribe to my channel, and then you will also be notified when I upload a video. I really hope this helped, and if you have any other video ideas, please write them down below because I would love to know. So I will see you soon for another video. Goodbye.